A UW Eau Claire employee has filed a federal lawsuit against the UW Board of Regents, the UW Eau Claire Chancellor, and the university's Affirmative Action Director, claiming she was demoted because she's white. Rochelle Hoffman is alleging race discrimination and retaliation. According to the complaint, Hoffman claims she faced opposition and criticism from students and faculty when she became the interim director of the Office of Multicultural Student Services in early 2022. She claims she was demoted from positions of interim director and assistant director because she identified as white. Hoffman is seeking compensation for lost wages and benefits, among other things. We did reach out to UW Eau Claire, and a spokesman says they will not comment on the ongoing litigation.
What I find so funny about this is that you have people who will tell white individuals, go educate yourself, go learn how to not be a bigot, go learn how to erase all that supremacy deep inside.
All these white people want to sit up and act like the topic of police brutality and murder is an inconvenience. Like, I'm sorry, Karen, did we interrupt your regularly scheduled timeline? How about this? Wrap your head around this shit. We're tired of this being our reality. We're tired of living this. Okay? So how about, since y'all love pulling yourselves up by the bootstraps so goddamn much, how about y'all do something about it? Okay? Instead of fucking protesting because you have to wear a mask inside of an Albertsons, how about you educate yourself on the racial inequality that still exists in America? That would be patriotic.
And when they do that and they want to spread that message out there into the ether, you still have a problem with them because they're white and you feel like only a black person should be here in this inclusive, diverse space meant for diverse learning and diverse understanding of the world, because it's important that we have diverse layers of people here teaching us these diverse things. Why not have a white woman who you claim would have all this bigotry and supremacy deep inside educate people on whatever topic of the day is going on in a college classroom? It's important for people of all these different backgrounds to understand the plight and the negative outcomes and the positive outcomes of any given group of people so that they could spread that knowledge to the younger, so the younger don't grow up stupid as these people who are constantly screaming for diversity while also being hateful towards people who are supposed to be in that diversified quota. It is weird that we're at the point where now some people will get demoted or feel as though they have to resign because they have students coming up to them or talking to other officials about how, oh God, you know, I was really excited about this class. I was ready to diversify my knowledge, but you have this white woman in here? That's a little bit odd and a little bit off-putting. It's an uncomfortable situation for somebody to be in, especially if they have the greatest of intentions. And it's mentioned in an article that this woman is not a bad teacher. This is not someone who's not qualified for the job. It seems as if the only problem is that she doesn't have the right skin pigmentation, which, again, I would like for you all to understand when it comes to the oppression Olympics. This will always win the gold medal because we seemingly find anything to complain about and always end up making it about race. It's beautiful and scary at the same time. I don't see how this makes sense. If you have somebody who dedicated time to learning about something and understanding something to the point where they are qualified to teach people about said something, hire them. And if you want to tell me that there's other people out there who are of the same skin color or the same background and they should be just as qualified, I will agree with you. Did they apply for the job? Do they meet the specifications? Do they meet the qualifications? Because you can think everybody who has this skin pigmentation is well endowed in knowledge and they will have everything necessary to teach a college classroom. But I will tell you, there are some people out there of every shape, size, color, creed, sexuality, gender that are a little bit slow when it comes to educating people about said group that they love so much. And I believe that's a dangerous game because having somebody unqualified being in a room teaching people about something could lead to more stupid people being hateful because the person teaching them is just spouting a whole bunch of gobbledygook hoping it sticks, and it often does because most people in this day and age don't really care too much to do a little bit of extra research. They just want that thing in their ear and out their ear just like that.
I don't think white people worldwide have really reckoned with how much their own personal identity is shaped by constructions of whiteness, and how much that construction of whiteness prevents white people from connecting to humanity. In other words, recognizing that when you recognize that you are part and parcel of humanity, in other words, you're not over humanity, right? It allows you to really be able to connect to people who don't look like you, who have kinky hair, who have dark skin, and to see yourself in them. And it's whiteness that prevents that, right? And when you're not able to see yourself in other human beings, that creates all sorts of problems. But not just societal problems, personal problems. That I think hopefully this film and this work will liberate those folks from. So I think it's liberating all the way around, right? I think it will liberate, really all of us because, we've all been told a lie about ourselves and other people.
Ooh.
Oya made a friendly reminder, if you're a white person and you continue to vote for politicians who refuse to deconstruct white supremacy and the patriarchy, then you are perpetuating white supremacy. And don't get it twisted. It doesn't matter how much you get down with people of color. It doesn't matter if you have kids with people of color. It doesn't matter if you consider yourself a progressive. If you continue to perpetuate this system that enables politicians who refuse to deconstruct white supremacy, then you are perpetuating racism, which includes systemic racism. And if you're a person of color who continues to vote for these politicians who refuse to make or prioritize the deconstruction of white supremacy and racist laws in America, then you yourself are an agent of white supremacy, perpetuating systemic racism. And if this is true for you and you truly don't care, then shut your fucking mouths and get out of our fucking way so that we can fix this country in the way that we need to.
This sleep gap is worsened for people that are low income, disabled, or undocumented. Looking back to the enslavement of black people in the US, fatigue has been used as a measure of control against black people. This is why several campaigners and academics are pitching sleep as an act of resistance for the black community. To rest, even to take naps, is an act of self-care, is an act of resistance.
But let me know, what do you think? Does this person have a case in lawsuit terms? Do they actually have a chance to win a case where they're sitting here claiming that they were demoted because they were white? Or do you think it's all gobbledygook? Are you a white person who needs to educate themselves? Are you hateful towards me and my beautiful chocolate skin? I will see you all in the next one. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. Goodbye.